Hi Aries, you gorgeous fiery sign you. It's your season. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday month. Happy birthday. Today we're going to do your April 2020 reading, looking at life overall, love, spirit and money. So let's jump into it. I know you're an impatient lot. Let's jump into it and see life overall for you. Fantastic. You got the Magician. Check that out. Let's see if we can do it without glare. The Magician. Oh man. Okay. This is brilliant because this means that you get to manifest this month in particular, it being your birthday month, manifest anything you want. And it really is a feeling I'm getting for you of be careful what you wish for, because now the energy is like whatever you want, it's yours. How fantastic. This one wants to come out for love. Queen of Swords. Okay, and we're going to clarify all of these further with the Morgan Greer deck coming up. Queen of Swords, when it comes to love, is one that's very clear-headed and logical. It's not sort of like gushy romance or anything like that. So this sector is also about relationships of all kinds. And I feel with what's happening in the world at the moment, we're all reassessing who our loved ones are, kind of thing, like how important everybody is. And we're becoming really close to the key people in our lives, which is fantastic. I think that's one of the gold linings of this worldwide thing. I don't even want to name it because it gives too much power to it. But one of the benefits is that we're becoming closer to people we love. And that's just fabulous. Who can not want that, right? Spirit. The spirit section, also involves creativity, and this time is also ideal to be super creative. Do that thing you've always wanted to do that you've never had time for until now. Spirit and creativity. 7 of Wands. And we'll clarify that because the 7 of Wands is usually a card of protecting yourself. And I suppose it could be as practical as if you come up with the most amazing, creative, brilliant idea that nobody else has done before and it's all yours. Perhaps you need to do the legal things of dotting I's, crossing T's, doing all the technical stuff to protect it as your own. Because I feel like the energy is so strong for you to come up with this brilliant new business idea that's been kind of percolating, is the word I hear, in the background in your mind for so long. And now, like, because you've had time to slow down, which is a very unlikely Aries type thing, you're usually on the go, go, go. And for the first time in a really long time, probably since you were a child, you've got the opportunity to sit back a bit and relax and think more about what you want to create and how you want your life to be. So money and career, I think that's very tied in. Brilliant. Wow, this is coming up a lot in the money section. How fantastic. The Judgment card is about new beginnings, rebirth, everything starting fresh. And look, I don't know. I don't want to get too caught up in the so-called conspiracy theories, but one that is going around is that our whole financial system is going to completely change. And this is what this is suggesting. Things are going to be so different when it comes to money and finances when we come to the end of this whole, issue. Imagine in 12 months' time, everything's going to be so different. We will just look back and go, whoa, look how far we've come and how it's changed in the way that we not only earn money, but the way we treat it. So it's something for you as a really deep thinker to ponder on this month. Like, what does money mean to you? Yeah, that's a big belief to consider for you this month. So life overall, the Magician. Let's get stuck into that one because it's incredible. It's the master manifestor energy that you've got. So Aries, what do you want to create? This is your brilliant, most amazing opportunity to do that. Queen of Swords. 2 Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is really incredible. And one of the reasons I love using 2 different decks is that when the same energy comes out twice, it's really powerful. It's reinforced. It's like, yeah, so here for life overall, and when it comes to love, you're really being sensible. I'm holding up an imaginary sword if you're wondering what I'm doing. So you've got your imaginary sword and you're taking it across all areas of your life, and you're like going, chopping that out, you know, getting rid of debt, chop, getting rid of just anything. I'm even seeing people, you know, weeding the garden. You're getting rid of dead stuff so that you can plant the new. And I think you're going to reassess your whole life in that way and take that sort of truth to everything. So when you come out of this period, and even as soon as the end of April, the start of May, your life will be so different because you've cut out stuff that isn't important to you. And all that's left, well, I shouldn't say all that's left, you know what I mean. What's left is amazing. Like, you've cut out things that aren't working for you or useful. Like, you know, you've had time, you've cleaned out the house, you've done all that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, life's looking amazing. Let's look at the love side for you. Love, love, love. And that's beautiful because the Six of Pentacles, when it comes to love, is one of fairness and balance and people being very respectful, I'm hearing, of you. Because you've got such a leadership energy, Aries, people will look up to you. They'll actually see what you've done in such a short space of time, in only a month. They'll see what you've done to fix your life in a way, and they'll look up to you for guidance. And that's an energy I'm hearing for you of one of... not a counsellor, what's the word will come to me, I'll let you know. A contractor, that's it. Like when, I know, I look for guidance off into the distance. Like you've got the energy of a contractor because you've got your life so fantastically ordered and everything's working for you because you've got the Magician manifestor energy. People will ask you, they'll look up to you, and it might even be one of the business ideas that you come up with that you can teach other people how you did it and what you do. Brilliant. And you'll get fair reward. Like, I'm not saying this new business idea is going to make you a millionaire overnight. And that's the changes that are occurring in the world, in the money sector with the Judgment. We're not going for the instant success anymore. We're not going for the overnight miracles, the pyramid, is that it? The pyramid schemes and all that sort of stuff. We're actually going for deep-seated, meaningful things, and you'll be fairly and justly rewarded for that, which is wonderful. Spirit and creativity, Seven of Wands. Let's clarify that for you, Aries. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting that this came out in the spiritual section as opposed to the love, because Ace of Cups is traditionally to doing with new love. Oh, I mean, it sounds like a cliche, doesn't it? But it's new. It's love of self. It's learning to really appreciate who you are. It's at the end of the day, looking at yourself in the mirror when you brush your teeth and going, you know what? You're a great person and you did a really good job today and you've helped people. I'm getting the feeling that, you know, we were talking before that people will look up to you for guidance. You'll be like proud of yourself for helping people. I really like that for you, Aries. And that love of self thing too, because sometimes, see, Aries is a very strong masculine energy, regardless if you're a man or a woman. That strong male energy doesn't like to be like weak, to be perceived as weak or be perceived as doing the whole self-love pampering kind of thing. And perhaps this is a bit of a guidance from the universe, from Father God, our angels, our ancestors and Mother Earth to say to you, it's okay, Aries. I know you're a warrior, as in WARRIOR, and you're strong and you're powerful and you're fiery and you're very masculine energy dominant, like, but it's okay just to take a breath and sit back and relax for a bit and allow yourself to love yourself, to take a break. I'm hearing for you, take a well-earned rest. How beautiful. I'm going to do one more in that section because that's really coming out strongly for you. That whole self-love. Yeah, wow, the moon. The moon is the card of your subconscious, and the very clear message coming through for you, Aries, is because you're such an active sign and you go, 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 busy, busy, busy all the time, you don't tend to sit back and look at what's in yourself, in your subconscious, because it's kind of not, active isn't the right word. It's kind of not something that you actually want to experience. And this is the universe letting you know that this is a good time to do that, to be able to go, you know what, I'm going to sit back on my own without any distractions or interference from other people. And I'm going to look at my deep-seated fears, thoughts, ideas, and learn to accept them. And that's where the self-love comes into it. Taking a look at those parts of ourselves that we aren't necessarily proud of. You know, I was talking about, you know, you'll be at the end of the day and you'll feel proud. This is your opportunity to take a look at the things that you don't necessarily like about yourself and accept them and learn to love that aspect of yourself. And then what happens is you take the power away from that so that you are able to feel proud. If you want a little bit more help in that area, make some comments, because I'm just touching on that. Like, that's a really deep area we can get into. And perhaps I'll do another video for everybody, for the collective in relation to that. So have a think about it. You know, what are the fears that you've never wanted to face? And this is the universe kind of forcing you to. But know that it's a good thing. You know, it's a clearing out so that you can start fresh. Money, money, money sector and career and work and all that kind of stuff. A fresh start, like we said. There's a butterfly in this card, which makes me think of the way I'm feeling about this self-isolation period that we're going through. It's a perfect opportunity to think of it like we're in a cocoon, and then we get to emerge on the other side, at the other end, as the butterfly. So bear that in mind for yourself. Like, you can take some quiet time, some pampering, some self-love to come out as the butterfly on the other end, and that it's okay. Like, this sounds really funny, but the universe is giving you permission to do that. You have permission to love yourself. Whoa. Oh, wow. I just felt that in my heart chakra. I'm going to repeat that because it's quite significant, the way that I felt that for you. Imagine I'm God, the universe, the angels, whatever you believe in, whatever you like to call it, sitting here saying to you, Aries, you have permission to love yourself. In fact, I want you to love yourself. I really do. And that's something you can do every day. Is tell yourself how great you are, and look in the mirror, look yourself in the eye. Like, we don't do that. And especially people that are avoiding these areas of depth, you don't take time to really look at yourself deep in the eyes in the mirror. Do that and tell yourself, I love you. You are loved. And don't be surprised if you actually feel sad going through that little exercise, because it touches an inner child aspect of you and it gets really deep and can bring up some emotions. And that's okay, because you're probably not a crier, are you, Aries? And this is asking you to be comfortable with that softer, more vulnerable part of yourself. And if you want to look at yourself deep into your soul through your own eyes in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, if that brings up emotions, that's perfect. It's working. It's fantastic. Money, money, money. 9 of Rods. Another card of kind of protecting yourself too, as I touched on before. So just make sure that everything's in order financially, because I actually don't want you to focus, Aries, too much on the money sector at the moment, because there's so much emotional type stuff happening for you. Okay, I'm going to bring out the Angel Answers Oracle and take a moment to have a breath in through your nose. Relax out through your mouth and think of a question that you would like answered. Your own very personal question. Let's see. Close your eyes, like just with me, to take a moment and just hear the silence and the peace. Like, what can you hear when you do that? I can hear the rain outside. which I didn't notice because I was too busy talking and relaying the messages. But now that I paused, oh, it's beautiful. That rain. Okay, you pause. Pause when you can. And I just heard for you that you might actually find at this time, because you're pausing for the first time ever, you feel really tired. And that's okay, because this is a good chance to rest. Get in your little cocoon under the doona, cuddle up, and just have some rest. You really need it. So, have you got your question? Are you ready for the answer? Wow, this came up for Leo as well. Now, you saw me shuffle, and I actually shuffled off camera as well. So yeah, fire signs, we are ready. Aries, you're ready, whatever your question was, especially if it was to do with a new business or a venture or a creative project. You're ready. Just go for it. Do it. Do it. I love you guys so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let your friends know about Spirit in the City. I hope I've helped you today. Bye. Oh, where's my little thing?